Hi, hello everyone. I'd say hello and let y'all know how I've been. This is a brief, quick update. Um, well, I haven't had a talk since. Oh, look who's here! Oh, come here, boy. Does he look? My little baby. He wants to see the audience. Yes, we're here. It's been pretty rough. Uh, in September, I almost died. I had a bad infection on my kidneys, renal kidney failure, along with what they call abscessed hernias, three of them. And so that's why I was so sick here. Almost, really, actually, almost croaked. It was that bad. It was really, really bad. And I managed to survive. I was in the hospital there from September the 29th. They wheeled me out of this apartment, and that was pretty rough on me also. I hate to be messing with my wig, but it looks very different on the camera, and I can't seem to really get it right. I hope you'll like the new color. And so with that being said, uh, that was September the 29th all the way. I made it back to my apartment by the October 29th. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then the rehab for a week and so many days, almost like 2 weeks itself. And then I made it home, and they left an incision right here on my stomach because where they had to go in and remove the three abscessed hernias. And then they even gave me a 7.5 hour blood transfusion, and it wiped me out physically, really wiped me out. As big as I am and as strong as I am, I lost a great deal of weight, but I managed to little by little put it back on. But I still have that incision on my stomach because they want it to heal from the inside out, not from the outside in. Who knows what might be cooking up in the backside? So they're letting it heal. And I had a wound back on for a little bit of, and then they took it off. I see the wound doctor once a week. I have the wound care nurse come to this apartment that you see here with the kitty cat clock ticking with the tail going back and forth in the back on my left side here. And she comes over on Mondays and Fridays. And then I have bandages and stuff and gauze that I take care of myself because they really had to really remove all them abscessed hernias. It was they couldn't tuck them back in. They were abscessed. It was poisoning my whole system. That's why I was having so much problems. It started since the freeze. Remember last year when we had that hard freeze, and I went downhill slowly but surely. That infection would just eat me from the inside out. And it's nothing autoimmune deficiency or nothing like that. It's mostly because of colon issues and the hernias they abscess. So then, without a toxicity going through my system and getting into my liver, man, they had to give me a whole blood transfusion and what they call liver failure. Yeah, kidney renal failure. So that was in October, but with the help of the provider services that I get with my disabilities, from the government. My government recognized disabilities are a borderline personality disorder and severe anxiety disorder, along with gender dysphoria. And I've been receiving this benefit since 1990, and I'm 58 right now. So that gender dysphoria, even though I'm post-op, I still have severe anxiety disorder, as you can well enough tell, and the borderline personality. Uh, it takes me a time to put things together. I'm not, I'm a little bit dingy, and I'm not a blonde, so to speak, like the old joke says. But there's a lot more smarter people, and my IQ isn't as high as others. But hey, I made the cut to may have the surgery, so I must not be that bad. You get a bunch of other quote unquote transsexuals or genders, they get to drink and then they catch a buzz and they want to, dress up and they claim that, oh, I'm a transgender and I want bullshit. You gotta go through certain, 10 groups and now, it's not about, if they, now my doctors, and I'm gonna tell you who exactly who, like Dr. Alice Webb down here at University of Texas, and then she sent me up north to Dr. Sharon Satterfield, and then it was Dr. Sheridan Stevens at Abbott Northwestern that did my sex reassignment surgery. But believe you me, sweet child of God, if Dr. Alice Webb or Dr. Sharon Satterfield up in University of Minnesota in the program of human sexuality, that's what it was called back in them days. Shoot, they don't get off to, some part-time, get drunk and dress up and you want to profess yourself to be a, a woman and all that. No, no, no. They have psychoanalyzed. And then there's Dr. Robner, the other one right there in the University of Minnesota. So Robner, he's a nice bearded doctor, very nice. And I mean, yeah, I mean, they don't let you have sex reassignment surgery just because you get drunk and you feel good and the feel of lace and the thick gearish makeup or some young queen that's, has suffering from same sex attraction or some, that's very sad. I mean, to have, the, SRS and then realize that you want to procreate, like I've told y'all before, that's not very nice. I mean, that's how things went with me. So a lot of my issues are a little bit, they stemming, and then having to take a hormone pill and not having an ovary and not having uterus and not having fallopian tubes and the part of my brain where I would be having a period. They didn't tell me any of that. They just, oh yes, you're gonna be beautiful, sweet child. You're gonna be a size 9. You're gonna have, 38, 29, 38 hips, because of my height and everything. Oh, that I would have a, which I did for a while there, but that was then and this is now. But after so many, champagnes and mixed drinks, and believe me, I've never have been a wino lady. Thanks be to God, I've always had enough money to buy me a bottle of whiskey or scotch. God forgive me. No, we don't do those kind of things no more. And plenty of Seagrams. No, no, no. That's not the issue no more. I live a very conservative lifestyle with high morals, principles, ethics, and values. Yes, you said that. I have said it. High morals, principles, ethics, and values. Somewhat of a very good conservative. Thanks be to God. Amen. And the holiday for the Thanksgiving, I managed to pull it together, and I got some pictures I'll try to develop and show you. I spent that with my mom and my brother over there, Houston, down the street here. And then the Christmas came and went, and there's no sickness been in my health or my family. And mother died because mother died. I don't want to psychoanalyze it. So mother passed away here on February the 2nd. But she had the stroke, massive stroke in her bedroom, and she was downstairs in her little house over there with my brother. He found her, and stroked out. So that was pretty ghastly, and they carried her out feet first. So, in essence, you could say that she died in her house. She had little other minor issues, but she survived them. But um, she passed, and that was February the 2nd. And then she had to sit in the what they call, because of the pandemic, there's such a backup with funerals and all that. And if you go to dignity.com and then you'll type in Forest Park Cemetery on Lawndale in Houston, Texas, and you'll see the part where it says obituaries recent, which is recent. So if you get this, try to dignity.com, Forest Park obituaries, and then type in her name, Ophelia Villagomez, and you'll scroll down and they'll show a picture, and then they'll show a picture with a little dart, and that's the one you're gonna click, and it's a movie, a 20-minute movie showing. You'll see pictures of me as a kid and all my other brothers, my two brothers, and my dad. That's another issue I think that was somewhat of a factor. Mom was already 82, so we laid her to rest here on Friday. My oldest brother. Let me get a picture, okay? If you give me a minute. You have to forgive the glaring light, but I'll be right back. I know where it's at, right there. Give me a minute. Oh, Pepe, get out of the chair. Here I am. And so here's the picture. So there's my mother. Okay. Now my oldest brother, he took care, and my kid brother, they pretty much took care of the finances and the arrangements. And then here's another picture. And I'm not too feeling too glitzy these days, so I mean, you'll have to kind of bear with me. I hope that y'all like what y'all see. Um, y'all saw pretty much a glimpse of my figure. I'm not as big as I once used to be because of what I've been through, and a lot of holy and supernatural grace is holding me together, rather than to be collapsing into a heap of tears. You know, it's been very difficult for me, and not having the luxury of being able to pop in, pick up the phone and just dial, even if she's gonna read me down and humiliate me. But that was part of the gimmick. I don't know. So that's what's happened, and the weather was nice. I mean, I don't know if it sounds morbid, but I was at the church function tonight, and they always say that it's the worst thing in the world is for the parent to have to bury their children. Well, I'm glad that I was able to bury my mom because it came pretty close there back in September the 29th. That was emergency surgery. It was pretty spooky. And they didn't even want to get near me. I'm like a pariah because of, the pandemic and all that. Nobody wants to get near a hospital with this, pandemic going on and etc. So, I mean, in a way, it was a blessing that I was able to bury her instead of her burying me, which would have been all the more hurtful and hard on a little old lady, so to speak. This one in particular. I don't think she would have enjoyed doing that. It's not like they're going to get together and do the Mexican hat dance on my grave. And you know what else? Speaking of grave, it was a graveside service. And when my brothers and so the pallbearers carried her coffin in from the hearse, they positioned it so that I saw that daddy's head because the daddy's right there. It's a big family plot and monument, big monument, sure, big monument. And when I say big, not a little, but a big one that stands up real pretty, and then the flower pots on the side made of a marble and granite or whatever it's called. So when they opened the grave, I saw Pop's coffin, and so they put their heads together, like like a couple. That was very, very nice. I thought it was. They gave me the cross too. That was very, very nice. I got candles burning for her right now, and some of the flowers my brother brought over from the cemetery. So that's pretty much an update on what I've been going through, and I wanted to be thankful that I'm able to get back with you and bring you an up to date video on my life and what I've been going through. Um, the only reason I'm able to put myself together and come on live and visit with you is because I was at church, and like I mentioned earlier about holy and supernatural graces that are keeping me together. And, super hard. I want to let y'all go. I think I've already pretty much brought y'all up to date on everything. I'll do my very best to keep in touch with y'all and keep y'all updated on my progress and my grief. And I pray, and I really do pray. And I'm not just saying it. I got the TV on, but that's only there just because thought I was going to get interested in the movie. But I wound up thinking to myself, well, I better make a video to let people know that I'm in this grieving. So y'all have a wonderful night, and I hope y'all appreciate my time putting this together for you. Y'all have a good night. Bye now.